How you doing, YouTube? This is Glenn. I am back and coming straight at them. Okay, I told y'all before that my videos are going to be more direct. I'm going to go straight at the Jehovah Witnesses. I'm not going to be subtle, not one bit. So we're going to get the ball rolling. Please like and subscribe. The last video I just did, I think maybe a day ago, had the best viewership I've ever had in the 24-hour period. So let's keep the ball rolling. All right. As you can see, I used John Henry at the beginning of my video. The reason why I use John Henry is because John Henry was a folk hero, was a master of a hammer, and just smashed through, and he kept going until he died. Hopefully that won't happen to me, but I'm coming at you. The JW quacks. The power 8 and the 1 token. You know what that equals? X. All right. So here's what we're going to talk about. In reference to disfellowshipping, what the Jehovah's Witnesses use is in 1 Corinthians. I'm just going to use one of their scriptures. They use 1 Corinthians, I think it's chapter 5. And in that particular scripture, it talks about a person that married his father's, or not married his father's wife, but started sleeping with his father's wife. And I guess was boasting about it and going to the meetings or the congregation or church, synagogue, whatever. Okay, take that in perspective. I'm a salesman at my job. If I started sleeping with my owner's wife and started coming into his establishment, boasting about what I'm doing with this wife, do you think I'm going to have that job long? No. There's a basketball coach for Boston who got in trouble like that. And he wasn't even married, but he started sleeping with someone that was married, and per their policy, or it was a little shady, but he was let go. Everybody has a code of ethics. We all do. If you are a correctional officer or if you are a highway patrolman, you have a certain code of ethics that you have to stand by. And if you violate those code of ethics, boom, they kick you out. I have no issue with that. I don't have an issue with there being some type of regulatory standards in a religious organization. Nothing wrong with that. You cannot be up there counseling people and trying to direct someone if you knowingly, and everybody knowingly around you, know that you're doing something that's detrimental to the health of the organization or the congregation, church, synagogue, whatever. That's understandable. My thing is with the witnesses. They not only try to control the narrative in reference to that, but they kick you out and nobody can speak to you. And if they were to speak to you, they will be counseled. And if they keep continuing to speak to you, they will be kicked out. That's why I have the issue. So don't get it twisted. Don't say Glenn is anti-Jehovah's Witness. In a sense I am, and in a sense I'm not. When I say I'm not, it's in reference to that particular, when you treat the person like they're dead. That doesn't go along with Jesus Christ. You have the prodigal son. When the prodigal son took his money and went and gallivanted off and did whatever. And the only reason why he came back was because he was broke and destitute. He didn't come back because, oh, I want to do the right thing. He was broke and, this is in the Bible, ass out. He didn't have any money. So he tucked his tail in, came back home. His father saw him coming from far away, told the people to prepare a calf, and a good calf, not no sickly one, fattened calf, prepare him. We're going to have a celebration. As the son near got close to him, the father ran out to him. And this guy, this is Jesus' parable now. This gentleman, as you can see, probably was very well off. Ran out to his son, welcomed with open arms. The son that was coming back was already beaten, battered, tattered. what more will it do to step on his neck? What else can you do to him? The man is beaten. His father welcomed him back and accepted him back, and they moved on. Now the brother, who was faithful, was upset. And that's the mindset a lot of you fake, holier than thou Jehovah's Witnesses have when you look at a disfellowship person, that I'm better than them. They've been disfellowship. They were a drunkard. They were a fornicator. They were a drug addict. And they hold that against them forever. That's the ones I have issues with. And those Power 8 and that one token, exactly. Now, we just talked about the disfellowship and how that is wrong. There's nothing wrong with correcting someone, because we all have to have rules. We can't get out here and drive 80 miles an hour to work, because you could kill somebody. You can't brandish a gun and walk into some places you can, maybe in Texas, but you can't walk into a store, brandish the gun, and just, think you're Matt Dillon. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. So they have laws. We have laws that we must follow. No, I have no problem with that. Nobody should have a problem with that. But there's a problem when you become a dictator. You see my point? A dictator. And those Power 8 and that one token, dictators. Now you, as a member of that organization, that's 30 to 35% Black, African American, however you want to be called. Then you have a large Hispanic population. You have a growing Asian population, but you're not represented at the top level. Why is that? You have the power to regulate that. Stop your contributions. Tell them, if we don't see changes at the top level, cut the money off. You know how they love the money, and they will change. So if you want to stay a Jehovah's Witness, go ahead and stay. But that should be a reflection of your whole organization. Okay? And if you have a problem with that, send it to your question from readers. Ask them, why is it that your organization consists of 30 to 35% African American, and probably the other 20, 25% is Hispanic? And then you have your Asian, and then you have your Caucasian. Why is it that's not reflected at the top level? So Jehovah's Spirit came down and like, you know what? Black people, they're just servants. Because that's what you used to think way back in the day. If you're not white, you're not right. So I'm just going to only pick white people. Show us you're different. Y'all have the power. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to be very direct. Only thing I talked about this time was disfellowshipping and how the dynamics of your organization is. If you think I'm wrong, please leave it in my inbox. And we can go round and around. But we know how that's going to turn out. Peace. And be safe. And I'll look forward to seeing y'all again. Take care.